Hi there, my name's Kevin. Today I'm going to be talking to you about taking cuttings from willow and propagating small trees from those. I have two types of willow on this property. We have curly willow and weeping willow, and we're going to take a cutting from each and we will propagate it, and I'm going to take you through the steps. So without further ado, let's go. See, I have two cuttings here. This green one is curly willow. This is weeping willow. They're both the Salix family. So the thickness wise, you want them to be about a pencil width thickness. So I'm going to go with more with this end of the cutting, and then these higher up parts, they won't really be much use to me. But I can probably get 1, 2, 3, 6 cuttings out of these two pieces here. Let's start with this one. So at the bottom, I want to cut below one of the nodes, and I'm going to cut on an angle or a diagonal like this. I'm going to go up about maybe 8 inches, and I'm going to find another node, and I'm going to cut just above that node about 6 millimeters. So there's one. We'll do another one here. These seculars aren't very sharp. My other ones aren't here at the moment. The sharper they are, the easier this is to do. Cut above the node, 6 millimeters. So we'll do the same thing with the curly willow. Cut on a diagonal at a bottom node. Go up higher, about 7 inches, and we'll cut again. So you end up with pieces of stick like this, and then I think we'll grab a couple things. I'll show you what you need, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, what you need for the next steps in this process is you're going to need some growing media of some kind. I've got here root hormone. I ordered this online, and I've used it, and it seems to be working pretty good with other cuttings. I'll include the link for that later. I put a little bit of root hormone just in any kind of container. I don't like to dip it right into the thing, so I dip it there. You need a dibbler of some kind to dibble a hole, so I'm just going to use this old paintbrush or toothbrush because it's about the right diameter, and then you're going to need some pots to put your cuttings in. So I'm going to fill up a couple of these with growing media, and then we'll get on to the next step. Okay, so we have a couple pots here with growing media inside. I'm going to take my whatever I'm using to dibble a hole, and I'm just going to work a hole maybe an inch and a half down for these. And that is just so when you stick the cutting into the media, the root hormone doesn't fall off. So we have our one cutting here. I'm going to take the angle that's cut on the bottom, dip it in rooting hormone, and we're going to place it into the hole and just lightly firm it around. Same thing with the weeping willow. Firm the soil around. The last thing we'll do is would be to give a good water to both of these guys. Willow likes water, so don't be afraid of overwatering, especially in the beginning. And then I'll show you where we're going to put these. So once we have these in these pots like this, like I said, you're going to give it a good water. I'm not going to do that in this part of the video, but you would water this and then put it somewhere moderate, medium to moderate temperature. I'm going to put these in the house for right now because it's still dipping below 0 regularly. The weather's a little cold outside to get them started. I put a couple of these in the house week and a half to 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to show you what those look like now. And that'll bring us to the end. So good luck with your propagating and cutting. Just remember, if you're going to cut stuff off of trees that don't belong to you, always get permission. You can also order cuttings online if you don't have your own trees. So happy planting.